I want to talk about something, and I'm not a religious person, as I say. I'll tell everybody I'm not a very religious man at all. However, when I had my experiences, like I have all of my life, when I was a young man, my mom saw me having difficulties with these experiences, and she told me um, that she had her own experiences, and she says, I think, Michael, that if you actually sat down and read the Bible and looked at it, you're going to find a lot of answers and clues in there to your own life. And I kind of brushed it off until I actually started digging into it because I wanted to find answers, because none of this was making any sense. Nobody else was speaking about seeing alien beings. We were talking back in the 80s and the 70s. Nobody I knew was seeing beings. And having being taken and having contact. So I actually did. I started delving into every version of the Bible I could find. And eventually, when computers got big, I started researching them on a computer. And I want to start breaking down some of these passages, because these are basically people that have that wrote this Bible. They have no, what do you call it, technology or any advanced information. And so what they're writing, they shared with other people, and it was written later. What they're talking about are events, witness statements, and they've witnessed things, and they don't know quite how to describe it. Okay, I want to go directly to a passage here, and it's in Acts 10, starting with 10:9 in the New Testament of the Bible, and basically all the scriptures say okay, you can go through every version you want to of the Bibles and find different versions, but they all basically say the same thing in the passages, just worded differently, okay? And this one I'm going to refer to right now. Um, it says here in 10:9, that's Acts, it says, "The next day, as they were on their journey and approaching the city, Peter went up on a housetop the sixth hour to pray, and he became hungry and wanted something to eat. But while they were preparing it, he fell into a trance." Okay, I'm going to stop there right before number 11. Okay, it doesn't say he fell asleep or took a nap or anything like that. It said he fell into a trance. Okay, and that's usually how abductees explain. I know me, I was tranced, like mesmerized, and I couldn't explain it. It's like puts you in a state of basic shock when it first starts happening, when you're not used to it. And so that's probably what he was. He was in a trance and he was in shock and mesmerized. But what he's about to witness here, which is in the next, goes on into 11. So, and here's how he describes this event. He says, he fell into a trance and saw the heavens opened, and something like a great sheet descending, being let down by its four corners upon the earth. Okay, let's take this apart. First of all, we know sheets don't fly, okay, but that's the only thing he could describe this vessel or craft. That's the only way he could think of describing, because all he knew to relate it to was a sheet. It was a big sheet coming out of the skies, okay, and the four corners being held up. What he's describing is basically a square craft, and its four corners are bent up on the corners, so it's extraterrestrial craft coming down upon the earth, okay. And then it goes on to 12 here, and it says, "In it were all kinds of animals and reptiles and birds of the air. And there came a voice that said unto him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, By no means, Lord, I've never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And the voice came to him again and said a second time, What God had made clean, do not call uncommon." This happened 3 times. There's that number 3 going on 3 times. So this thing went up and down 3 times. And then the thing was taken up at once to heaven. Okay, so this voice is he's getting a telepathic communication from who these beings are on the craft, and because he doesn't know anything else, he calls it God, or relates it as God. And well, I guess everything operates under the Creator that we all know, and everybody knows there's some sort of force creating it all. It's not necessarily man in the clouds with a beard or this God character or anything like that, but it's much more magnificent than we could actually even describe. It's everything and anything. But getting back to the topic here is what God made clean, do not call common. This happened 3 times, and then it was taken up in the heavens. So he's seen this craft coming down, letting off food, and he's been given instructions about eating this food, to go out and kill it and eat it. So he didn't want to do it because he was taught not to eat certain things because, well, he was what he was, a Jew, and they have their special diets. And basically he was told no, but this is, well, according to him, God saying it's not unclean. He says go ahead and eat it. So basically we have a man who's seen a vessel coming out of the skies, okay, falls into a trance before this happens, like most ET or extraterrestrial contacts happen. They fall into a trance like I have. You see this vessel or beings appearing, and you can't explain it. So that's exactly what he's relating in these scriptures. And my mom was correct in saying that there's a lot of information in these scriptures and that I really should delve into them for my own benefit, and that's what I did. And I'm going to start taking apart these scriptures, and I'm going to start showing you and explaining it in a little more detail than I can on Facebook or social media, because it's kind of hard when you're trying to type it all out. It's so much easier just doing it this way, and then you can actually see the context, what I'm talking about, a little easier. So I'm going to do this more frequently, and I'm not trying to shove religion down anybody's throat because I'm not a religious person. However, these witness statements are very important. It's almost like going to court and reading transcripts of what was said in the courts or what happened. These are things that a witness states or the suspect states, and these are testimonies that come back out, and that's what's happening. And we've got this book, which is an old book, but those statements are in there, and they're all throughout there, and I will go through them one at a time and share them. But thank you for watching.